This is ProMaster's new power beam light, the PB35B. And the first thing that you'll notice about it is that it's very compact. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's about the size of a cell phone, if not a little bit smaller than a lot of today's modern phones. And the construction is just fantastic on this piece. It actually has a metal aluminum finned backing on it. We also have a couple of different mounting ports on this light. There's a 1/4 20-inch mounting thread on the side of the light and another one at the base. In this case, I've already pre-attached our cold shoe, which comes with the light, to the lower mounting port, but it can also be mounted on the side so you can go horizontally or vertically with it. Also, you can use one of the other mounting ports for putting an accessory on the light. So if you want to mount a microphone or something else to it, you just use the port that's not in use for the cold shoe. So there we have it mounted on a camera, and again, you can get a sense of its size. Even though the power beam is a small compact light, it has a tremendous amount of power. This light will actually put out about 245 lux at 3 feet or 1 meter, which is really excellent for a light so small. That's at 100% power. Now, in addition to that, we have a very unique feature on this light, which we call a boost mode. You simply press a button on the side of the light, and it will crank that light up to 130% power for up to 60 seconds. After 60 seconds, it's going to turn it off so it doesn't overstrain the battery. And the really cool part about that feature is that you can use it at any color temperature. So first you dial in the color temperature you want. Let's say that I want a warm light, so I'm maybe at 3200 degrees Kelvin. Hit that boost button. It's going to crank it up to 130%, but it's going to maintain that 3200 degree K while it's at 130, or whatever color temperature that you want to use. Speaking of color temperature, the range on this light actually goes from 2800 degrees Kelvin all the way up to 6500 degrees Kelvin. So that means that you can mimic everything from very, very golden light like you would find, at sunset outside, all the way up to a very cool light at 6500 degrees Kelvin, which is going to be more like daylight at high noon on a summer day. Another cool feature of the light is that it can actually act as a power bank. Using the 4000 milliamp internal battery, we have a USB-A port on the side of the light. Plug in something like a cell phone to it, and it'll output 5 volts up to 2.0 amps to charge another device. So this is a really handy tool to have with you, even when you're not using it as a light, to keep in your gadget bag or a computer bag, because you can use it as a power bank in a pinch for charging other things that you need to use. Now, I do want to point out that you can't actually have the light turned on while you're using it as a power bank. That's a little bit too much of a strain on the battery. So we've got some internal circuitry in here so that if you turn the light on, the power bank feature is going to automatically turn off. But you can use either or depending on what your needs are. The quality of the light coming out of the power beam is really excellent. Quality of light coming out of an LED or any type of artificial light source is typically measured in CRI or TLCI. Those are two different measurement scales for how good the actual light is. We achieve both a CRI and a TLCI of 95 or greater with this light. Generally, it's running a few degrees even higher than 95, with 100 being absolutely perfect like the sun. So it's a tremendously high quality light in terms of what it can actually project. As far as accessories go, I've already mentioned the USB-C cable that comes with it for charging. We also include a small white diffuser, which simply snaps right over the front of the light. This is going to soften the light, it's going to reduce specular highlights, it's going to give you just a little bit of a softer, more flattering light between highlight and shadow. And we include a wrist lanyard, which simply attaches to a little loophole on the light. I like to use this light a lot handheld personally because I use it for macro work, and so when you're holding on to it, that lanyard just gives you a little bit more security when you're using the light.